Bumaya Bantu. This is question number 9. It's going to be directly based upon religion. I haven't banged on religion in a while, and this whole situation with Nigeria and the Janjaweed in Sudan and whatnot has got me a little, rationally irrational right about now. And I'm sick of hearing about things dealing with religion because people don't see how it's directly in our face every day affecting our people. And not only have our people been affected physically by it, but that physical destruction has come from the psychological destruction of these religions of other people, namely Islam, Judaism, Christianity. Now, our people over there right now dying, our babies over there being kidnapped in Nigeria. The Boko Haram leader, Abu Bakr, talking about he did it in the name of Allah. And brothers and sisters over here not eating pork because of this whole Allah mess. Now, the way I look at it is the same way that brother and our great leader Malcolm looked at it. Said you can't talk the language to the enemy in a language he doesn't understand. If the enemy talks the language of a gun, then you have to talk the language of a gun. So I wonder why people are holding up signs. They didn't take our children over there with some damn signs, so why the hell you holding up some signs? Go over there and do what you got to do and get our babies back home. With that being said, based upon religion, this whole thing, and as I said about the Janjaweed and how Sudan is split in half right now because of Islam and our people not wanting to conform to this mess. South Africa, this whole entire apartheid, and how the whites in South Africa wanted to conform our people in South Africa to Christians, and we didn't want to conform, so we were outcasted in our own land. These things bother me to an extent I can't explain. So what I want to ask is, who is a Christian? What is a Christian? Where did you come from? Because my people go around spewing this garbage about us being the original Christians and all of this and that, the Coptics in Ethiopia and whatnot. Yet I look at it, and in both books it says, first off, in that babel, Galatians 4:24, for which these things are allegories. The two covenants are an allegory, which means the covenant of Isaac and the covenant of Ishmael. They're allegorical. So I don't know if you know what allegory means, but that's a fictitious story. But since you want to take it literally, I need you to tell me and explain to me, where did the Christians come from? Because the Muslims claim lineage of Ishmael by Hagar, and the Jews claim the lineage of Abraham through Isaac. So if that's the case, Abraham only had 2 sons. Where the hell are the Christians at? Where did the Christians come from if he only had 2 sons? If he's supposed to be the father of all of these religions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, so-called the Abrahamic religions, then why did Abraham not have 3 sons in your books? Why does nobody question the fact that Abraham did not have 3 sons in the books? He only had 2. So where did you come from? Because I have to ask that. Because Islam claims affiliation with Christ insanity. Judaism, certain sects, recognize Christ insanity. They're a little farther away from it than Islam, but Islam is directly related to it because they said that this so-called Jesus dude prophesied the coming of Muhammad. So they have to be tied to Christ insanity just by the basic fabric of what they're supposed to be believing in. So if that's the case, if you say, and I get this all the time from Christ and saints, that they are what you call a Christian because they follow Christ, then if that's the case, you can't call yourself an Abrahamic. You can't follow Abraham. Because if what you're saying is supposed to be true, then Jesus is supposed to have preceded Abraham if he was always supposed to be with this God person or character from the beginning. But then I got to look at it, as it says in the book of Hebrews, chapter 6 and chapter 7, that even Jesus was made in the order of the Most High Melchizedek. And Abraham gave him a tenth of the spoils, which means Melchizedek was above Jesus and Abraham. So it doesn't matter if you're a Muslim, if you're a Jew, or you're a so-called Christian, then therefore you are still beneath whoever is following Melchizedek. And no, Melchizedek is not Yahweh. Melchizedek is not Elohim or Uloyama, whatever pronunciation you want to use. And it is not Allah. So if that's the case, I need, again, you to tell me, number one, how can the Christians claim lineage to Abraham? How can they be called Abrahamic? Where did you even come from? Why is the word Christian not even written in the Bible? Anywhere, not to my knowledge from what I've read in the book. And I've read a whole lot of it, not quite all of it. I'm a few pages away from all of it. But I haven't seen the word Christian yet. And then on top of that, if you do claim the story of Abraham as a Jew or a Muslim. Explain to me, why does it say that those two stories, the two covenants, are an allegory? And if they are an allegory, then why are you trying to make it real history? I have to ask you that, because if that's the case, and if you understand that this bull crap is an allegory, that these are fictional mythological stories, if you know that, then what is your excuse for killing, raping, murdering, kidnapping my people? Just because we don't want to convert to that garbage. I'm going to leave that question open. As a matter of fact, several questions are in that one. Pick and choose which one you want to respond to. I look forward to hearing every answer to every comment that you have.